I have a little exercise I want you each to work on. Here's an example of what you're going to do. I'm going to give you a scenario. We'll do one now, and then I'll give you one. And at your tables, I want you, as what you represent, to figure out how you would handle this scenario, and then you'll report back to us. And that part won't be on the tape, but we're just, as I wrap up this other thing. We talked about filling communion cups. Every personality would deal with filling communion cups differently if the task was to fill 300 communion cups. The D personality would just go get it done very fast, or they'd delegate it to somebody else. Okay? They would find somebody else to do it, or they would just go get it all out, get it done, let's finish it. It's done, they're in the refrigerator, it's done. Okay? The S personality would invite two friends to come, let's do this together, let's just chat while we have it, let's have coffee beforehand, we'll go do our, okay? Or after, you know, that kind of thing. The C personality, that would be, you could measure every cup, it would be full just to the certain amount, it would look totally even, and it would be neat. Any little drops would be wiped off with a paper towel, okay? And the I people would be like, okay, hey, let's go, this is fun, yeah, let's do, you know, and they'd want several people, come on everybody, help us get it done, we'll be all finished. So obviously I would not put a high I in the job of filling communion cups all the time, but I might get an S or a C to do it, because they're so dependable, both of you. But neither would I maybe ask you guys to organize a big party for a bunch of kids. Not saying you couldn't help, but I wouldn't necessarily want you to have to create all the ideas of how to do it. I would maybe go to this table and say, we need to have this event. Can you guys brainstorm how we could pull off this party and invite all these neighborhood kids and do something really fun for them? And I would maybe involve you guys, because you'd have to keep everybody, you could make the timeline. And you would say, this is what needs to be done by then, we need to order this. You would think of all the things, a checklist that we would need to know to have that party. So you see how everybody's needed? Everybody should be celebrated. So, don't ever be down on yourself for how God naturally created you, even with the challenges you may face. As I tell women, I like to remind women especially, and this doesn't exclude you, but women especially tend to be very beat up on themselves. Sometimes my husband says, you want the boxing gloves because you're, you know, hitting yourself. We tend to be, and you know what? That self-effacing attitude is really a form of pride, because it still makes it about me. So we think we're being humble by saying, oh, I'm not good at this. But that's like telling the creator of a beautiful oil painting, you didn't do a good job on that painting. We're telling our creator, you didn't do a good job creating me. I don't know why I'm so driven. I wish you hadn't made me so driven. No, he made you driven for a reason, because he knew what you'd have to handle in life. Maybe there's things that the D person can handle better than some other sensitive, because God's given you an assignment that's hard. And he knew you could handle it because of how he wired you. And he gave you guys, the I person, he knew you need to make this place warm to people that you're around, that people would need that friendly face. We had a new member that had a bad experience at a local church and came here the same day. Because of the greeter warmly welcoming her, she had a much better experience here at this church. That same day, she was in tears at the other church. That friendly greeter made all the difference in the world to her. And we need some of you folks to help us stay on track and not get too far off in this, you know, denominational questions that are coming up. The C personalities are the ones that are going to help to keep things principled and keep people making a stand that they need to make a stand on. And the S's, we all need loyal friends like you. We're going to be there no matter when we mess up. And I'm going to cry. I mean, you just said, we need each other. We need each other. It would be boring if we were all the same. But we all need each other. So please, please, please do not beat yourself up over the challenges. Focus on the positives that we've talked about tonight. And let the Holy Spirit smooth out the rougher edges. Nobody's perfect. And be patient with the other people that you interact with, because God made them that. We don't know what they're going through, that he needed to wire them that way to be able to go through what he's teaching them. Okay? All right. Thank you. We're going to...